Worldwide, over 1.5 million people experience self-conflict. In response, people are forced to...
15 million refugees.
There are 15 million refugees, children without adults.
Vulnerable victims.
Parents are vulnerable victims.
But not just from the obvious physical dangers,
not just from the obvious physical dangers, but from unspoken effects.
The experiences of war,
in children,
the development of emotional and behavioral problems. Children, as we can only imagine, at risk. But there is good news. The quality of care that children speak in their family can have more effect on their well-being than natural experiences of war. So actually, children can be protected by warm, secure parenting during and after conflict.
In 2011, I was a first-year PhD student at the University of Rochester.
Like many of you here,
I watched the crisis of Syria on TV.
My family are originally from Syria.
My family's from Syria. And very early on, I lost several family members in horrifying ways.
I'd sit and I'd gather with my family and watch the TV.
I sat and gathered with my family and watched the TV.
Bombs destroying
everything, chaos, destruction,
and people screaming and
running.
It was always the people
screaming and running that got me the most. Especially those terrified looking children.
I was a mother to two
typical children. They were 5 and 6 then, at the age where they ask lots of questions and expect convincing answers. So I began to wonder what it might be like to live and parent children in the war.
Would my children change?
Would my daughters' happy eyes lose their shine? Would my son's carefree nature
how would I cope?
Be fearful. How would I cope?
Would I change? As psychologists and parent trainers, we know that all parents with skills each can have a huge effect on their well-being. We call this
parent training.
So the question I had was, could parents training programs be useful for families
while they're still in war zones or refugee camps?
Could we reach them with advice or training that would help them through their struggles? So I approached my PhD supervisor, Professor with the idea of using skills to make some changes. I wasn't quite sure
exactly what to do.
She listened carefully and patiently,
and then to my joy, she said, if that's what you want to do, and if it means so much to you, then let's do it. Let's find ways to see if parents' programs can be useful for families in these conflicts.
So for the past 5 years,
me and my colleagues, Professor somebody, have been working on ways to connect with families that are in war places.
Now, to know how to help families that are
in the middle of war conflict support their children, we obviously need to ask them what they're struggling with, right?
I mean, it seems obvious. But it's often those that are the most vulnerable that we're trying to support that we don't ask. How many times do we just assume that's going to help someone or something?
That what we're having is going to help them without actually asking them first. So, child refugee camps in Syria, I sat with families.
I listened to their parenting challenges.
I listened to their parenting struggles. I listened to their call for help. And sometimes that was just all I could do was hold hands with them and cry with them.
They told me about their struggles.
They
told me about the rough, hard
refugee camps conditions that made it hard to focus on anything except practical things like what to feed the children, how they watched their children withdraw, sadness, depression, anger,
thumb-sucking, fear of loud
noises, fear of nightmares, terrifying nightmares.
These families have been through what we had been watching on the TV. Almost half of them were now widows of war.
And some didn't know if their husbands were dead or alive.
They watched their children change,
and they had no idea how to help them.
They didn't know how
to answer their questions.
What I found incredibly astonishing
was was that these families were motivated to support their children despite of all these challenges they faced. They were trying to help their children. They were making attempts to support
from refugee camp teachers, professional medics, other parents. One mother I met had only been in the camp for 4 days.
One woman I had met had only been in the camp 4 days
seeking support for her 8-year-old daughter
and had
who was having terrifying nightmares.
Seeked help from 2 different people to help her daughter who was having terrible nightmares.
Always useless. Refugee camp doctors, when available,
are too busy or don't have the knowledge or the time for basic parenting supports.
Refugee camps are just like
them.
Part of the new refugee struggling with new needs. So then we began to think, how could we help these families? The families were struggling with things.
Families were struggling with things that we could help with. The Syrian crisis made it clear how incredibly impossible it was to reach each child on an individual level. How else could we help them? How do we reach families after population level and at low cost
in these terrifying
times?
After hours of speaking to
social workers,
suggested
an idea distributing parenting
by bread wrappers. Bread wrappers that were being delivered to families in a conflict zone in Syria by humanitarian workers.
To families in Syria, refugee families. So that's what we did. The bread wrappers haven't changed in their appearance except for an additional 2 pieces of paper. One is a leaflet about parenting information, just advice, normalizing for the parent what they might be experiencing and what the child might be experiencing. Information to support themselves and their children. This is information like
showing them more affection,
being more patient with your child, talking to your children.
The other piece of paper was a feedback questionnaire, and of course there was a pen. So is this simply leaflet distribution, or is this actually a possible means of delivering psychological first aid that provides